Thank you for tuning in to TalkWad.com, the world's fastest growing internet radio network. Please check out all the other great shows on www.talkwad.com.
Hello, and welcome to our first Abundance Workshop. My name is Kim Linder.
And I'm Dee Dee Lovejoy.
And we are so thrilled that you're here today. The workshop is called Creating Your Own Abundance. And today we're going to be focusing on sacred space, how to create that sacred space for you. First, I would also like to give Dee an opportunity. Did you want to also let people, did you want to start with a prayer?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's start with a prayer and call in the angels.
Yeah.
And just so you know, we have Mary Jo McCauley here, who is an angel therapy practitioner, so everything angels. And this is actually a prayer that she gave me a while ago that I loved, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's bow our heads. Today I will allow my soul to open, allowing a new world to be born through me. How else can this happen but through my decision? The great power of God is within me now, and so is my choice to devote myself to restoring the kingdom of heaven this day through my actions and words. I will open so completely that it is no longer me who is speaking, no longer me who is acting, but the divine. I change my consciousness and miracles occur. I ask for and invite the holy presence and guidance of the Holy Spirit and Ascended Master Jesus into this room. I ask for and invite Archangel Michael to watch over us during this time. I also ask for and invite the love and guidance of all of our angels and spirit guides. I now seal this room in the white light of love. If any spirits enter our session who are not here of our highest and best purpose, I ask that Archangel Michael and his band of mercy escort these spirits to the light for their own progress and prosperity. We ask for and affirm clear guidance for the highest purpose for which each of us is here today. I ask that this information be given to us clearly and that we be helped to convey it accurately. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dee Dee. So Dee Dee is going to come back because some of us in the room know, Dee Dee, can you come back?
I'm back.
Good. That was a beautiful prayer, by the way, so thank you so much for sharing that with us and creating that. So my name is Kim Linder, and I think it would be nice for us to introduce ourselves to you so you know who is presenting today, because some of the room knows who I am, some of them know Dee Dee, and some of them don't know who we are at all. Just be nice that you were attracted to come to the workshop. So, as I have said, my name is Kim Linder, and I'm a caregiver coach. I work with caregivers, professional family caregivers of all different ages, of all different types. So you're looking professional caregivers, nurses, doctors, geriatric care managers, elder law attorneys, anyone who really works with and has products and services to support the caregiver, who of course is then taking care of a loved one. So I have a radio show as well, and that radio show is called The Caregiver Hour, and it's every Monday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon on 1250 AM WHNZ, and I have a flyer to give out to everyone that lets you know where the radio show is, how to get onto the radio, how to listen to it, and also about a caregivers resource helpline that's now available 24/7. So there's a lot of work being done and focused on the caregiver. And we just had a symposium, because I do events as well and speaking engagements and support groups, so there's a lot that I do focused on. That's my passion, is the caregiver, how to support them, how to create balance for them in their lives. And so we're just so thrilled today because sometimes someone has wisely said, and this is Rosalind Carter, who says either you are a caregiver, you will be, or you have been one. And sometimes we're caregiver more than once in our life. So we look at caregiving as being universal, not just a specific time in your life. So that's why we're doing this workshop, focusing on caregivers and others. And so now I really love that Dee Dee and I are working together. So Dee Dee, why don't you tell them about you?
Sure. I'm Dee Dee Lovejoy, and I'm the host of Spiritually Speaking Talk Radio Show. And I also have a business called Quintessence Aromatherapy and Crystal Healing. I am an alternative healing therapist, among other things, interfaith minister. I do spiritual counseling. I work with angels, do spirit guide coaching, and all kinds of things like that. Mostly what I do is help people holistically. People usually come to me after, when you get to the burnout phase. I kind of help you, coach you back to a whole face, and just looking at the whole person, the things that the doctors aren't treating. So what I do is give you some tips and techniques and some healing that will complement any the other work that you're doing. And my radio show is about the many paths to source. I call God Source, or Divine Source. It's by many names, and I invite on interesting guests to talk about crystals, aromatherapy, different healing practices, and relaxation therapies and things like that. So Kim and I found each other,
Yes.
and it seems like a good match, because Kim, you didn't say that a lot of things that you do are
Very holistic. And
Yeah.
so on the radio show, we do talk about the mind-body-spirit connection. And we have different guests on who talk about information, resources, and guidance that caregivers want. Why are those legal documents important? When do I have someone come in and help me in my home to take care of my husband who has dementia? When is the right time for someone to then be moving from home into another setting? All of those stress-related big challenges that caregivers go through. And of course, the topic of how do I prevent caregiver burnout. And my really approach has always been about the whole person, and that's what I think about with the holistic. And even just that message of, yes, I want to help the caregiver take care of their loved one, but I also want them to take care of themselves, because as caregivers, and I see them in this room, we so often take care of the other person, we do not take care of ourselves. And it doesn't even have to be in a caregiving role, it just might be the way we are. And to really create that balance is so important. And that's why you're here today, is to hear about that balance, but hearing it more in a holistic way, to kind of do things maybe a little differently and being open to that. And that's what that prayer was about, the being unlimited possibilities of how to take care of yourself. And that's what really resonated with me today.
And I think we should talk about really quickly why we're doing these workshops, and we call them workshops for abundance. What actually is abundance? I think a lot of people think it's just money, but
Right.
abundance comes in so many other forms, in time, and different resources, in loving relationships, in
Your health,
You're
your
absolutely
wealth,
right.
and your
Yeah.
well-being.
yeah.
I mean,
that's the
right.
abundance.
That's kind of how we wanted to phrase it, so that it would be something that you could connect to. Because some people are ill, and not just being, as caregivers, we have a tendency to become ill, but there are people who aren't even in caregiving roles who are, and we want to help create abundance for you.
Just take some time for yourself. So
Yes.
I'll go ahead and let you get started.
So how it's going to break out today, and I think that this is helpful so you kind of know what the day is, what this time is about. We just did our introductions. We're now going to have a sponsor each week come and present about their company and why they're here today, maybe what abundance means to them. And then it'll be coming back to me, and I'll be doing a short presentation on sacred space, and then doing a mini activity, and then Dee Dee's going to come up and do a more in-depth presentation about sacred space, and then we're going to be doing a meditation, and then we're going to close. So our sponsor, and we're so thrilled to have her today, is Liz Murphy from Arcadia Home Care and Staffing. And I know Liz personally, and I know the company personally, because Arcadia Home Care and Staffing is number one. They are the company that I go to when a family member is coming to me and saying, Kim, I want to have respite care. I need to take a break. I don't know where to go, but I just need to take this half-hour break for myself, or an hour and a half, or even a day break. I call home care, I call Arcadia to be an option for families to come in and see if this would be nice for someone to come into the house so they could go and leave. So Arcadia, I've met the staff. I mean, I have done my homework with Arcadia, and that's why they're here today, because I'm very protective. Like we talked about protection before in the prayer, I'm very protective of my caregivers, of the people who come into my life who are caring for others. So I'm so thrilled to have Liz here today, so welcome.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you very much. Good morning. I'm Liz Murphy, as she said, from Arcadia Home Care. We've been working with Kim quite a while. We're very pleased to partner with Dee Dee as well. We are very careful about who we partner with as well, because we want the best for our caregivers. We've been in business since 1978, and what we can do for caregivers is we can come in, we have no minimum, we can stay as little as an hour up to 24/7. We come in, we have background checked our employees, we give them in-services, extra in-services. They're thoroughly trained, very dependable. Come in, give you a rest, light housekeeping, run errands, whatever you need, we're here to help you. Our website is arcadiahomecare.com. Our telephone number is 813-651-1300. We're very happy to help in any way that we can, very happy to be here with Kim and Dee Dee. So please give us a call, arcadiahomecare.com or 813-651-1300. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the day.
Okay, one of the things I want to say that maybe you missed, Liz has a table here, so if you wanted to pick up any information, you can do that on your way out, and certainly Liz will be here. But one of the other pieces that makes Arcadia outstanding for me, and I don't think you said this, so I might be repeating myself, but I think this is what also sets you apart, and that is they let you interview the caregiver who comes and stays with your loved one. So I don't know any other company that lets you have that time, because they pay their staff to go out and be interviewed by you in your home, and you get to choose which one you want. So how many do you let people choose from?
Usually between 3 and 5.
Well, that's a lot. And so you're really getting the person that you feel you'll feel safe with them for your loved one, and feel they're going to be qualified and do a good job, and personality-wise that they're a good fit for your loved one. So that's really showing a sense of a commitment to really caring for your loved one and for the caregiver.
Absolutely, and we come into your home, we interview you before we do this so that we get an idea. There's no obligation. We can talk and discuss what's right for you. We're flexible. We can change your schedule. You know, if you want to start out slow, an hour or two, and then you want to build up, you're not committed. There's no contract to sign. So it's all about you, all about being the most and helping you the most that we can.
That's great. Thank you so much,
Thank
Liz.
you, Kim. I'm very happy
My pleasure.
to be here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so this is the good part. All right, sacred space. When I think of sacred space, I think of space that's important to me, that has purpose for me. And since we're such visual people, I also create a visual space, sacred space outside. So there's sacred space, outer sacred space and inner. So I wanted to start with the outer, and God bless Dee Dee. She created little sacred spaces for everyone at their tables so that you have kind of your own today as you do the meditation and you spend time with us, and it's really beautiful. But I also went and got some things that I thought would be a nice visual for you. So one of the things I would recommend, and we have notebooks for you so you can write notes in there if you would like, is that you want to create something that helps make you feel good. Something really simple, something that makes you feel good. It could be something that smells good and looks pretty. Now this is a lavender sachet, so sometimes when I'm feeling a little stressed, I'll smell the sachet and I'll keep it in my car or at my desk, or sometimes somewhere in the house, where it just kind of helps me reconnect to my inner sacred space. So your outer sacred space is a place that you're visually going to create somewhere and you can have more than one, because you could have one in your car, because if you're driving to the hospital and your loved one's in the hospital, why not have a sacred space in the car? And it could be little and portable. It could be stones. Sacred space could be little stones. These are things that help you connect to what we're going to be talking about is the inner sacred space. So the outer can be something very simple as a shell from a beach. Sometimes I just collect shells and I put them someplace that just reminds me of that's nature, that's water, that's something that has beautiful rhythm to it. These are things, and maybe it's a good memory that I had at the beach. So objects are very important because they help us connect to something. Well, I was at the home goods store and I found the Buddha head. I was ready to walk out the store and all of a sudden I remember, Joanna, you and I, we met at the home goods store one day. And I'm in there, I'm like ready to leave, and all of a sudden I see the Buddha in the sale bundle, and I was like, I have to have one for this event. So I've had it now for a few months waiting to be here. So the Buddha is a really great place, and that was maybe $12. These stones are just a few, could be less than $1. You can go to the dollar store and find things. It doesn't have to be expensive things to create your own space, sacred space. So that's the idea of a sacred space, creating something that brings a good memory or a good feeling or a sense of calm to you. The other, and this is the part that's a little more challenging, is getting connected to your inner sacred space. We all have sacred space. We all have safe spaces. We talked about being safe today. You want to have a sense of safety, that you're protected. And I love the prayer that Dee Dee did, because it set up this, it took this whole room and sealed it with feeling safe. And you want to feel safe every day. So even if you wake up in the morning and you say, today I want to be safe, I want to feel safe and be surrounded with people who are for my highest good, that's a good mantra to have. Again, that mantra is, today I want to feel safe and be surrounded with people who are for my highest good. You will then attract the people who are going to stay and connected to your sacred space, because that's your mantra. The other that I love is that we have these bells, and these bells could also be part of your sacred space. So it could be something that makes a sound. It could also be fabric. Like I brought fabric from home because I didn't want just the wooden table, I wanted to have fabric. So it could be fabric that you love. It could be anything that makes you feel good and makes you feel connected to your inner sacred space. So say you're in a situation where you're maybe taking care of someone, or you're now going to be communicating with someone in your family that maybe you have some difficulty with. You want to find a sacred space, a safe place, where you could go to in yourself that helps you feel safe, helps you feel calm, helps you feel whole. We talked about holistic. And so what you may want to do is hold one of the stones that means something to you, or a shell, or a coin, or a gift that someone gave to you. Maybe it's a piece of jewelry. Maybe it's your mother's old jewelry. It could be anything that you want. And again, you could have multiple things. It doesn't have to be one. And you can hold that, and as you're holding it, you could let yourself go inside to your inner sacred space to feel calm. And so as I'm closing my eyes, I'm saying to myself, I want to attract calmness. I want to attract abundance in my health, wealth, and well-being. And that sacred space is my heart. So it could be someplace else for you, but it's my heart. That's where I go to. And inside of us is an inner voice that resonates, that talks to you once you're quiet enough for it to come out. And that inside inner voice to me is where my sacred space is. So when you're stuck, or you're going to be now communicating with someone who may be difficult to, you may ask for some guidance on help in how to talk to this person who I sometimes have a difficult time communicating with. Or this is someone that I don't always feel safe with. Or I'm under a lot of pressure at work and I don't know how to handle that pressure. And I need some guidance for that. That's all part of you connecting to your sacred space. Does anyone have any questions about the inner and outer sacred space before I start the activity?
I'm going to get into more of it.
Yes.
So
So we're going to start, so we're going to do an activity where you can take, these are angel cards. And even the angel will take an angel card, right? So I've mixed them up, so pick one out. So we're going to each have a card. We're going to each have a card. I'll give Lee two. What did he say? No, okay. Mary Jo, do you want one? All right, so for those of you who are watching this, we're picking out a card from a basket randomly. And you look at the message. And look, I see someone bopping their head, yes. So even last night, as I was preparing for this presentation, I went and picked an angel card and it told me to go relax. So I did. I listened to my angel. It's nice when you listen to your angels, because they're there for you.
it was a lot easier.
So look at your message, see if it's something that resonates for you. Because you're going to be holding on to this card today while we're doing our meditation. Did you get one? Yes. Okay, great. Oh, you got two?
That's all right. There was a reason. No.
First of all, he didn't want one. Now he's got two.
There's never a mistake when you do something like that. If you call in angels, it's not a mistake.
So let's go around and say what our name is, and then what our angel card is. So I'm Kim Linder, as you all know, and mine is Sisterhood and Brotherhood. And what that means for me is learning how to rely on other women and other men. And I have had to work on this. This is a good card for me. So this is why I'm bringing this all to you, because I have prayed. I've called for my angels and prayed to have women that I can rely on. And there's women in this room that I have relied on through the years. And then today I have Nolan, who's someone who is a new friend, but he's here today to help us. And then we have Dee Dee's husband, Lee, who also, when he offered to help, I said yes. So just showing you how if you set that intention out there, you have to watch that it's actually happening, and it is. And that's why I'm so grateful for all the angels that I have. So I love this card. So Lydia, why don't you say your name?
Okay, my name is Lydia Grivis, and my angel card is forgiveness. And while Kim was speaking, I realized that it was forgiving myself for not being perfect, and especially with the caregiving. I've got my mom and my sister, and my cat who recently died of lymphoma. But anyway, it was just a lot, and I keep, beating myself up about, I still need to do this, I still need to do that, and so the forgiveness is for me.
That's going to be a really good one, continuing as the presentation goes on for you. That's great, Lydia. Mary Jo.
I got power.
We all know that. You come in the room.
And it is, right now, I've got a lot of things going on just recently. But things are, in my angel work, are really increasing very, very quickly because people need it.
Yes.
Everybody is opening up more and more, and it's like, they need it, and life goes easier.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's becoming much, much more powerful.
And
I'm going to power through this weekend.
And angels can be male and female, right? Or how does that work?
They're neither.
Okay.
We give them male and female because we connect like nurturing and sweet with female and going to go out and warrior with male. But angels don't have either one. They are simply entities that were created by divine source to help us.
It's beautiful. Thank you. Liz?
I'm Liz Murphy, and I got balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a great one that I need to remember to keep myself balanced between work, family. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's a perfect one for the kind of work you do as well,
Exactly.
providing that balance for the families. But you have to find it within first.
That's very true. Yeah, very true.
Hi, I'm Mary Ann Upham, and I got understanding. And that says it all, really, understanding and trying to figure out what's going on and keep abreast of everything and still take care of me, take care of everything else that needs to be done.
Yes.
Just, that's why I'm here.
Well, we're thrilled you are.
Understand a little more.
Good. It's a process.
It is a process. It's a lifelong process.
Yes.
And I truly believe that everything that I have done in my life in areas of this, because I'm also an ordained minister, and all of the classes, all of the workshops, all of the books, everything that I've taken has helped to bring me to where I have to be today to cope and to, work with what I'm doing today. So the understanding, still a work in progress.
That's great. We're thrilled you're here.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Pat Snare, and my word is celebration. And celebration for me is that I need to remind myself every day to celebrate what I have, not what I don't have.
Yeah. We love that one. Thank you for bringing that to us.
My name is Debbie Hubblewood, and I got play. And at first I didn't play. Why would I get play? Because I kind of feel guilty about that.
Why did you get play?
And I realized that, maybe that's why I got it, is because I got to remind myself that I need to have some fun time. And that's probably, the problem for me is that I'm giving to everybody else and not taking time for myself.
Right.
So I used to be a really light-hearted person, and now I feel like sometimes I just get really angry about things that I shouldn't be because I'm not doing all the fun things that I used to do.
Right.
So it's just a reminder that I need to go out and do that.
Good. So I hope you'll create some sacred space for that.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Good. Well, coming here today certainly is a big step, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Cecilia, and my word was release.
Ooh.
That I'm having trouble with. I hold on to everything and try to keep everything in control, and it's not very easy.
Well, thank you for coming today.
And I'm Sue Pagano. I have been a caregiver and probably will need a caregiver down the road. My word is willingness, and that's a very good one for me because I have to be willing to open my mind and not make snap judgments about people, be willing to give people a little time to reveal their true selves. And so I think that's a perfect one for me.
That's great.
I'm Joanna Davis, and my word was communication. And I sometimes have a problem with that because I shut down a lot. When I feel like I'm being confronted or challenged, I tend to go inside rather than maybe stand up and voice my opinion. So, we'll see.
So was that a good one for you?
It was an appropriate one for
Okay,
me.
not the most comfortable, I got it.
It's a work in progress.
On week 3, we're going to be talking about chakras, and that's the throat chakra. And so that week will be especially important for you if that's one of the things that you want to work on.
I do.
Communicating, getting,
That's great.
Conveying what you need, what your needs are.
Right.
In a respectful, loving way.
Of course. Always.
Yes.
Carol Brill, the word I got was kindness. And I think it's very appropriate for me right now. I'm in a period where my life is changing because I'm officially retiring from being a nurse. My own illness took me out at age 55, and I've terribly missed my career. So, and I've always tended, I feel, to be kinder to other people than to myself. So I'm glad I came here today because I think I drew the right card.
I think you did too. Thank you, Carol.
Hi, everyone. I'm Christy Rao, and my word is the word light. I can't really say why I drew that card, though. I can tell you my hope would be that I'm in the assisted living business and I meet with families daily. My hope is that I provide them with some light for their situation and maybe help them with making some decisions. I can't say I really know that that's the reason I received this word. Maybe Mary Jo can tell me why my angel gave me this word.
I think all of our angels bring what you need today. That's what they're bringing you. They're bringing you extra light to do what you do. You know, balance, whatever it is that you need, that's what you need. They're bringing it to you. You don't have to work at it.
Isn't that beautiful?
They're bringing it to you right now.
And also, isn't it part of accepting it?
Yeah. Angels, you gotta ask and you gotta say thank you.
So that really closes my portion of the presentation, and then I'll be back at the end, but we want to have Dee Dee. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I want to
Dee
hear what
Dee.
Lee has.
Oh, yeah. The two of them.
Thank you very much.
See, I was trying to take care of you there, Lee.
The two that I have are trust and faith.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
And?
They're bringing it to you.
My wife always tells me that I'm very untrusting. She thinks that I'm a little paranoid.
Okay.
Where I believe that I'm more hyper vigilant.
Right, exactly. Right. Staying on top of your game.
Exactly.
I got it. I got it.
And
Well,
I have faith.
And you have faith.
I have faith in
All right, Dee Dee, I'm sorry. Did I forget you?
That's good. I have contentment, which is very appropriate for me, because in my former professions, I was always, what's the next step? What's the next step? This kind of gives me the, it's something that Mary Jo and I were just talking about a little earlier, because she was like, I'm running and running and running. It's like, take time to smell the roses. Like right now, be happy and grateful for this moment right now. Be content with this moment right now. Instead of, oh, the next thing. So I get it. I hear you. Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to have Dee Dee come up and do her part of the presentation.
And I'm going to bring my computer up. So in your...
Do you need me to move any of this?
I'm just going to...
So bring your computer and I'll move the stuff. Just move whatever you want.
Okay, we're good.
You want this up?
Leave the beautiful sacred space. Love the beautiful sacred space.
Okay.
And we're going to just talk a little bit more about it. So, you guys enjoying your lunch? Okay, so just to expand on what Kim was saying, what is a sacred space? You know, so what is all of this, and why do you even need it? What is the inner space? Why do you need to be calm about anything? So a sacred space, a lot of people think of it as a religious thing. It doesn't have to be. It can be if that's what you want. You can have whatever you want. The point is, it's a safe place, just like Kim said earlier, that you want to go to calm yourself and connect with your angels and connect with divine source so that you can get information to make your life more fulfilling. So calming yourself is one thing, but then just being quiet and still and listening. So the difference between prayer and meditation, a lot of people ask me that question. What's the difference? Some people think it's the same, or they just don't know what it is. So prayer, you think of as speaking to God. Meditation is listening. So it's when you get to your sacred space, you can build anywhere and have it any place. You get there, you say your prayer or your dedication in that space, and then you're quiet and you listen. That's the first step in creating abundance in your life, is listening. Because we run around, we're caring for people, and we do this a lot as women. You know, we're just normally nurturers. And, we give so much of ourselves.
And we don't think that we deserve to have some of that back, some of that care back. Going to a space where you can not only calm you down, and for a medical point of view, meditation and just being calm and quiet lowers your blood pressure. It de-stresses you. It just calms you down, and when you get that stress down, your cortisol levels go down, and you start to lose weight. You start feeling more vibrant, and then you have it to give. So it's the place you go and recharge. So when you are in this space and you are listening to God, set your intention. So we have intention is, what are you there for? Are you there just to calm and breathe? But are you gonna, stomp and snort about and fuss and gossip, and right there in your sacred space? That's not something that you want to bring there. What you want to bring is, you get there and you concentrate on your breath, and you bring in the calm, and you just ask God for calming, and whatever it is, it's okay. And then your intention is not just to be calm, but if you are creating abundance, you ask for it. You ask for help from your spirit guides, from God, from angels, and you say, these are the things that I want in my life. I want to have a more balanced life. I want the money to do these kind of things for my loved ones and for myself. I want help and more assistance for myself and for my loved ones. I want to go on a vacation and not feel rushed, or whatever your intention is. Have that intention with you in mind when you go into your sacred space. Then after you set your intention and you ask God for it, you put your attention on it. So we have intention, which is I-N-T, and then we have attention. So you always want to have your attention on what it is that you want, not what you don't want. And that's a really important thing about what you do in your sacred space and creating abundance and manifesting, is the attention is always on what we want, not what we don't want. And that's kind of hard for some of us because we're so wrapped up in all the things that are wrong in our lives. And then we say that, we want these things, but I want this new car, but I can't get it because of these things. If you think of a garden and you're growing these beautiful roses, and then you have these weeds coming through, and all your attention is if you talk about are the weeds coming through, I like to say, whatever light shines on will grow. So you're spending so much time on digging out the weeds that you forget about your beautiful rose bushes. So put your attention on the rose bushes. That will get the attention, the light, and the nurturing that it needs, and the weeds will wither away. So you have attention, and attention. Then you just go into whatever action that it is that you are getting. Quieting yourself and being still in your sacred space is paramount. That's when you get the information from source. It could just be something that pops in your head, the first thing that pops in your head that says, do this, call this person. Or it could be a song that you hear on the radio and you keep hearing it over and over and over. One of the things that, Mary Jo talks about is numbers. Angels will speak to us in numbers. If you see repetitive numbers, 111s, 333s, and you see these over and over again, take some time, go to the internet and just look those up. You can just Google them, just like angel numbers 111. You can look down at your speedometer or odometer and see some numbers, and then you'll see a mile marker with the same numbers, and then you'll see a billboard with the same numbers. They are speaking to you. That's information that you can, you just go and see what it is that they're trying to say. And they could just be trying to say, everything's okay, stop worrying about it. Because if you worry about it, what is that doing? That's giving that attention to the weeds, isn't it? So what you do, you set the intention and the attention, and then you just leave it there. You go to this space and you leave it there. Okay, so Can we take this around with us everywhere we go? No, but you can hear your inner sacred space. This is one of the things that Kim talked about. And that's a place this is that you take with you everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, so you create that in your mind where it is. It could be someplace you've been already, your favorite place in the world that you've vacationed or you grew up and you just feel safe and wonderful. Or it could be a place that you've never been before that you create and add to every time you do a meditation. So what we're going to do today is create that sacred space. Has anybody ever created an inner sacred space before during meditation? Okay, Mary Jo's not raising her hand because she's like, okay, so Marianne, you've so you've done some meditation work, and okay, would you like to share with us what your space looks like?
Very serene and beach, because that's where I grew up and that's what I love the most. And just feeling the warm sand, the sunshine, and looking up at the clouds, and just feeling at home in my sacred space at the beach.
Okay, and so what do you do when you go there?
I calm down and relax.
You calm down and relax.
Listen to the waves come.
Have you ever considered talking to God there? Okay. Have you ever gotten information from God there? Okay, great. And Lydia, did you say that you had create a sacred space before? Okay, it's okay, and it is personal for different people. Now, some people are really visual. They have, all of this array of color. You see rainbows, and there's dewdrops, and there's waves and dolphins and flowers. Some people just say, I saw color. Or some people say, I was in a room just sitting in a chair and I felt at peace. Whatever this space is, it's yours. So you don't have to compare yourself to anyone.
But I would like to share one technique I learned fairly recently from Dr. Lee Cowden. He did a presentation and told us that if a way to calm yourself is putting your index finger and your thumb on your left hand together, wrapping the fingers of your right hand. It's a type of mudra, and what it will do, you can do this like for 4 minutes at a time is what he had suggested, and just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Hold your breath for a second or two when you inhale, and then when you exhale, go out through your mouth. So, and you can do that, he said, 3 or 4 times a day, and lowers the blood pressure and keeps you calm. And it does seem to work. That's something you can do in terms of meditating, and it's fairly
And how did you describe it again? Your
left index finger and thumb, keeping your other fingers straight, and you wrap the fingers of your right hand around your index finger and thumb on your left hand, like this. So what that's doing is bringing into contact all the meridians and acupuncture points. So you're completing a circuit.
Okay, so when we do our meditation,
That could be also
very
that could be very subtle.
Yeah.
You could be with other people and be doing that. And people
Right, and you in line with
Yeah.
bank or whatever.
Yeah.
very calming when you're talking to someone who's, yeah, I like that. Thank you for that, Lydia. So I think, I guess we'll offer that up for you guys to do during the meditation. Some additional information about sacred spaces. This is in your books when you guys can take it home and read it. Setting up an altar, some of the things that Kim did. What I do wanted to mention was adding plants and flowers for energy. It's something that we hadn't talked about, but plants and flowers for energy, for color, it increases oxygen. Adding aromatherapy, like lavender is what you're smelling today. It's in purple, it symbolizes spirituality. Pink, some of the stones that you guys see on the table, those are rose quartz, and it opens the heart chakra, so it opens you up to divine, to the divine source. It opens you up and lets you hear and connect better. Green will bring in the nature and balance, and yellow stimulates health. So some of the things that you guys can consider. Soft music also helps connect. Okay, so let's go ahead and start our exercise if you guys are ready.
I'm going to take one of the stones.
Okay. And before we start the meditation exercises, if you guys want to just do a quick break, because this is going to be about 15 minutes quiet, and we're going to make sure that JD's got everybody's clearing so he's not walking in the middle of it.
You want me to check with him?
I think he's good. Remember, the inner sacred space is a sanctuary within. And I like to think of sanctuaries as, it's a special place. You know, my healing studio is my sacred space. It's a sanctuary for me. When I go in there, it's where I do my spiritual work. And I also want to say that if you intend it to be a sacred space, then it is. So whatever you do, like we have a formal dining room that we never use.
You're not the only one.
So I don't want to, when I'm doing meditation work, I don't like to do it in my bedroom because, you know, it's my bedroom. I don't like to do it in my home office because that's where I work. I need a separate place to do, you know, my meditative work. So my formal dining room, I just bring some crystals and a candle. When I light that candle, sacred space. I light that candle, say my prayer, call in my angels, and that's my sacred space. When I travel, I take a candle with me, and my hotel room, I light that candle, and that's my sacred space then. So even though you can have one wherever you go, if you have a designated place in your home, that's great, but we all don't have that, you know, that luxury of having that. And yes.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
When you're creating your sacred space, you don't have to have a separate room. If you have a single space, a corner of a couch or something like that, but it's the place you go to, and if you happen to have a window there, that's even better because you're connected to nature. But you can put little separate things. People know when they come to my house, you can sit anywhere you want here except there because it's just space. And it is. I create more and more energy, positive energy, and I get messages easier. It can be anywhere. It can be a comfortable chair. Whatever you want, just bring in some of the other things and make that so that you can turn off. You know, all the rest of your house can be chaos, but you can go there and get quiet.
Okay.
We're still going to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, you said 15 minutes.
Okay.
It smells so good when you walk in. Isn't that great? There's one more person coming.
Okay. While we're waiting, what I want everybody to do is just, you know, let's stand up for a minute, if you guys can. We're just going to move the energy a little bit, and this is something that you guys can do at home or in your sacred space, or just before you go to bed or when you get up in the morning. So let's start here at heart position. And so I'm just going to demonstrate what I want you guys to do, and it's a relaxation exercise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up top of my head to the crown chakra, and then I'm going to turn my hands out, and then I'm going to push the energy down. And this is a way to clear the energy and clear the aura. So I'm going to go all the way down, and then I'm going to come up to my solar plexus here, and then turn my palms down and push down. Okay? And so that's a hand movement. Now the breath movement, it's 4 counts from here. You go up 4, hold the breath in for 4 counts. Turn your palms out and let it out for 4. Then you bring it in for 4 again, and down for 4. Okay, let's do it all together. Up to heart center. Breath in. Hands over your head. Palms out, and let the air out. And feel the energy pushing down. Just letting out all stress and frustration. Just let it wiggle off your fingers. Now come up. This is your solar plexus, right below your breastbone. Turn your palms down and breathe out. Breathe out any frustration, anger, worry, anything like that. Once more. Okay? We're going to bring in happiness, tranquility, calm, and peace. Blow it out. Worry, frustration, anger, anything that doesn't serve us, up to the solar plexus, and push it down. Okay. Now I want you guys to, you can take a seat.
Lydia wanted to remind us to stay hydrated. If anyone needs water, I can bring the water around.
Okay.
This is us taking care of you today.
Now this meditation you're going to do today is finding your sacred space. So out of all the ladies in here, only 3 of us have done this type of thing before. So remember, there's no right or wrong. We're just going to go along. It's a guided meditation on finding your inner sacred space. Okay? So I want everybody to just sit back in your chair. If you have a tendency to fall asleep, actually sit forward on your chair. Sit at the end if you have a tendency to fall asleep.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there anybody who doesn't mind being on video? Because I would like to hand stream it, if that's okay.
You don't care.
Everybody's okay? While we're meditating, I'm going to pan the camera around.
Okay, let me just take this.
Okay.
I'm going to take this. Clear the space.
And I like to be connected to Mother Earth, so I take off my shoes. Feel the need to, if you feel the need to do that, you can do that as well. That's grounding, and grounding keeps you from feeling so out of sorts when you just get connected with Mother Earth, because the work that we do in our heads and our imagination when we connect with God, we get that information so we can use it here on earth. So it's important to stay connected here. And centering means that you are aware that you are here in the now. It's not what you have to do in the next 20 minutes or the next, the dishes at home that you're worried about, or your loved one, or what you did last week. It's right now. So being here, being now, and just being connected with Mother Earth here. And so what I'm going to have everybody do is, you can do the exercise that Lydia suggested, or you can just sit back with your hands face up and your palms face up on your legs. And I'm going to have you guys close your eyes. Turn up the music a bit. Okay. And take a deep breath in. Hold it. And breathe out. And take that breath in from your diaphragm and feel it move up to your chest. And breathe it out. Each time relaxing, feeling more and more calm. Another deep breath in and out. Continue this breathing. And this purpose is to find this peaceful place of relaxation. And guide you to imagine your own peaceful, safe place. Now, this place will be an imaginary area that you can visualize to help calm and relax your mind when you're feeling stressed. And so for the next few moments, focus on calming the mind by focusing on your breathing. And allow your breathing to center and relax you. Just breathe in and out. In and out. Continue your breathing slowly and peacefully as you allow all the tension to start to leave your body. Release the areas of tension, feeling your muscles relax and become more comfortable with each breath. Continue to let your breathing relax you. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Breathe it out. Now let the rate of your breathing become gradually slower as your body relaxes. Now, begin to create a picture in your mind of a place where you can completely relax. Imagine what this place needs to be like in order for you to feel calm and relaxed. So let's start with the physical layout of the place you're imagining. Where's this peaceful place? You might envision some place outdoors or indoors. It could be a small place or a large place. Just create an image of the place that feels safe and comfortable for you. Now picture some more details about this peaceful place. Are there animals or birds? Are there other people present? Imagine even more details about your surroundings. Now focus now on relaxing sounds around you in your peaceful place. And imagine any taste or smells. Imagine the sensations of touch, including the temperature, any breeze that may be present, or the surface you're on. Is it a floor or grass or sand? Imagine the details of this calming place in your mind. Focus now on the sights of your place. The colors, shapes or objects, plants or water, all the beautiful things that make your place enjoyable for you. To add further detail to this relaxing scene, just imagine yourself there. What would you be doing in this calming place? Perhaps you're just sitting and enjoying this place, relaxing. Or maybe you imagine walking around or doing any other variety of activities. Are you singing or sleeping? Reading your favorite book? Just picture yourself in this peaceful place and imagine a feeling of calm, of peace, in a place where you have no worries, cares, or concerns. A place where you can simply rejuvenate, relax, and enjoying just being. As you rest in this safe place, think of a goal or something that you want, or something you desire, or something that you want to have, or be, or do. Now state your wish in the present tense as if it were already true. Remember, you're talking to God, who has the power to create whatever is needed. State your wish, for example, I have the home of my dreams, or I enjoy working at my new place, my new job. My loved ones are safe. I am balanced and happy. I am relaxed and carefree. Now picture your goal and feel it. Bring that emotion in. What does it feel like to have that wish? Really experience what it feels like to already have it, and imagine what things would be like. Love this feeling. Now don't worry if you can't picture the scenario clearly. Just feel it or imagine it in whatever way is easiest for you. Just feel the joy of having it. Let yourself smile. Now over your left shoulder floats a beautiful iridescent pink bubble. It floats in front of you like a loving cloud. You see your goal drift effortlessly into the pink bubble, and you know now that it's surrounded by love and a higher consciousness. pink is the color associated with the heart. And when this color vibration surrounds whatever you visualize, it will bring to you only that which is perfect for you. Put your goal right into the pink bubble. And know that it's being manifested right now. And now it's time to let the bubble go. Give your wish to the higher power of the universe to be manifested. And imagine it floating off into the universe, still containing your vision. And with this, you are emotionally letting it go. Turning it over to the higher power of the universe to bring it to you. Send wishes in a beautiful pink bubble. Now, enjoy your peaceful place for a few more moments. And memorize the sights and sounds and sensations around you. And know that you can return to this place in your mind whenever you need a break. Whenever you want or need a connection to your higher consciousness or to God. You can take a mental vacation to allow yourself to relax and regroup before returning to your regular roles. Now, in these last few moments of relaxation, create a picture in your mind that you will return to the next time you need a quick relaxation break. Picture yourself in your peaceful place. This moment you are imagining now, you can picture it again the next time you need it. The next time you need to relax and to let go or to manifest your wishes. And with that picture in your mind, you begin to return back to the room, back to the space, return to your day, and file away the imaginary place in your mind, waiting for you the next time you need it. And turn your attention back to the present and notice your surroundings as your body and mind return to their usual level of alertness and wakefulness. And keep with you the feeling of calm from your peaceful place as you return to your everyday life. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. How's everybody doing? Okay. Okay. So, and now everybody has a sacred space now, right? A place that you've created that was your own. See some smiles over there. And Marianne, you were smiling. So it sounds like it feels like you went back to a place that you know is familiar and you were happy to be there. I just felt the joy felt the joy of that. Does anybody want to share?
I will. It was a place
Sure.
that I actually had before as a child that I go to a lot, but I didn't realize why I was going there in the past. So it's kind of nice.
Excellent. So now you have the space that you can
I always
return
had
to.
it. I just
You always
didn't
had
realize why I was going there in my mind.
it. Okay.
Well, I went to the beach, and as part of it, I was thinking of how I'm going to bring that to my sacred space at home. So I was envisioning a nice bowl with some nice white sand in it and some shells. And, you know, bringing that sound. I have one of these things that, you know, you can put to different sounds, where there's one with waves.
Okay.
You know, and I can bring that to my home, so I don't have to go to the beach all the time.
Yeah.
I can put a picture that is reminiscent of the place I enjoy, maybe a Caribbean beach or something, and just have that same space at home as well as away.
Very nice. That's the whole point of this, is creating a place that it's just yours and it's beautiful, and having that outer sacred space, going there triggers is a space to help you connect with your inner sacred space. So if they're the same, then great. Anybody else want to share?
I was at the beach as
Sure.
well.
You were at the
I was
beach?
at the beach,
Uh-huh.
and I was watching my grandchildren playing in the sand, and just, it's a memory, actually, because we did do that, and I have photographs of that, so now I know I'm going to create that sacred space around that photograph now, and I hadn't put that together. And so, yeah, it was very joyful, and it was something that I really treasure that time.
Good.
So,
Anybody else want to share?
My home had of all the places I've been in my life, because I love to travel. And being from West Virginia, you know, we're just all rednecks. And in my backyard, I have a shed back there, it's like 12 by 24, and I refinish furniture. And I ended up on the front porch of that shed.
Oh, okay.
It really kind of takes me back to my roots. And rocking on the front porch in the rocking chair.
Nice.
So I'm like her, I already had the space.
Yeah. Yeah. Reconnecting with that, because there's something joyful about that space that you're reconnecting with, that felt that when you were there, there's something that felt right, that you can sit there. Maybe it's the rocking chair, you know, maybe it's the smell of the supplies that you were, when you were finishing your furniture, the wood and those things like that, that triggers a peaceful time. It sounds like you were doing something you loved when you were refinishing the furniture, right? Okay. And you weren't worried about, if you had time to do that, you weren't worried about the outside world. Okay. Anybody else that wants to share? I keep looking at you because I just.
Well, I will share.
Okay.
I was in Franklin, North Carolina on my parents' porch in a rocking chair. It was hard to bring smells in on them because there's not too much to smell except when the grass gets cut. You got that fresh cut grass.
Yeah.
But I can imagine the hummingbird feeder, and watching the spiders building spider webs. But it was also kind of sad because it was a place where my mom and dad aren't there anymore. But I wasn't as sad about it as I thought I would be, which I was kind of surprised.
It sounds like it's a familiar place.
It's a very familiar
and it's a
place.
comfortable place. That there was comfort there.
Yeah, I went up there for a week,
Yeah.
a vacation for every year for 15 years that they owned it.
No, I do want to say, as you start doing more of these meditations, your sacred place will change. It could change, I should say, could change. You know, and, you know, it could be basically the same place, but more elements will come in. Maybe you will start smelling things, and as you grow and do more of this kind of work, it could change. Mine has changed, I don't know how many times.
Mine.
I just,
Yeah.
yours?
I have, mine is like every place that you've just mentioned, It's all,
Yeah.
it depends upon what I need that day. Sometimes I go to a mountaintop, sometimes I'm on the beach, sometimes I'm walking through a jungle, sometimes I'm in a forest, sometimes there's a waterfall. It's all different parts of my sacred space where I am absolutely safe, protected, loved, and uplifted. And I know all those things exist in all parts of this. Any information I get is going to be in my highest and best interest. And I just walk. I just don't even walk all the time. I just sort of am in whatever part that I need to be for that.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know that you can have more than one.
Oh, yeah.
Because also,
Yeah.
beach things were coming into my.
Big bubble balloons, hearts, or whatever it is. It's just, it's the pink, because pink is unconditional love. And so whatever you're sending off, you send it off in that unconditional love. And putting together, when you ask for these things, don't worry about how you're going to do them and that you have to do them yourselves, because things will just come together. How Kim and I met was through a person that's not even here. It's, serendipity. It's like, okay, these are the things that I want to do and I want to create in my life. And then Kim and I met, and we were like, why are we even talking about, we're just like, Kim was saying, I want to do something. I was just like, well, me too. Why don't we do this?
And I knew I had set this year as an intention and attention to creating abundance. And then this is how Dee and I ended up creating these workshops.
Just
Lydia,
question.
yes.
When you had the pink cloud come in on the left shoulder, and I just wondered how important that was for future. Okay,
left is receiving side, and right is the giving side, basically. So if you receive from your left side, and Mary Jo's looking at me, but but that is it is. Yeah.
But if you don't get it that way, that's okay too.
Yeah. If it's in front of you or things like that, I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
So when you're sending your intentions and your bubble, is it okay to send for other people? Like if you want something, you want to help somebody, you want to see their lives turned around, or it has to be something that's going to be
You don't have any control over anybody else's life. That's their path. You can surround them with protection.
Can't you just say for their highest good?
Girlfriend?
Yeah, but
I know
yeah,
it's
you can't.
1:30.
Yeah,
That's one of the problems that we all have.
I know.
We're trying to save everyone.
Want to remind people of the next workshop and then make sure they see this.
pull a few back.
Well, you don't pull back, just say, hey, I wish I
I'm
wanted
done.
the best for
We're
them,
done with
and let
this.
it go, but
Okay,
don't.
this was really
You
good.
don't have the control.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, we want to thank you so much for coming today. And we have our information available up in the front, so if you want to get in touch with us during the week, we're very accessible. We do want to remind you we will be here again next Friday, and that workshop will be on, is it this one?
It's that one.
It's gratitude, the heart of attracting your own abundance. And I can tell you that's going to be a very powerful presentation. And we'll take those back.
Yes.
And again, if you know of anyone who may want to join, just let us know, or you can. We'll send you the flyer to you, because if everyone gave us your email address, we will send you a thank you note in gratitude, and then ask you to forward that to somebody else if you know who would like to come, because people can come to any of the workshops.
What sponsor will be here next week?
Next week, I'm not sure. I don't have it right on top of my head.
Okay. We will have for
isn't
the
it your
chakra
friend?
days.
Isn't your tuning? Isn't it Judith?
No, she's on the 3rd on the chakra.
Okay, so I'm not sure
And
who's
you
the
won't
second.
want to miss that one, because she uses tuning forks to. It's great, and she's really spunky and a lot of information. And she's going to teach this chakra connection technique, and so that's on the 3rd. And then we have.
Then you'll have more handouts.
We'll have more handouts.
Yeah, more
for each
handouts. So
workout
bring
workshop.
your folders every time you come.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sue.
I just want to say something for Kim's awareness. You've been so helpful to me, and she doesn't even realize this, but I've always felt very close and very safe with Kim for no reason. It's just
Oh,
when I
there is
first
a
met
reason.
There's a
her,
reason.
I felt that. And after going to one of her big programs, the one that
The symposium.
yes. I took a few of the little rocks and one of the crystals that was part of the
Yes.
table. And I've always had my prayer beads. I'm an Episcopalian, and I keep these with me. And I consider, I didn't know what to call it until today, though. But this is my mobile sacred space.
Yes, it
There
is.
you go.
Yes,
Yes, it
is.
Yeah.
And it's
Yay. Thank you so much, Sue.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will accept that and receive it. Thank you. That was a nice
And that's
surprise.
That's a big thing about the gratitude that we're talking about, is that you gave her a compliment and she was able to receive it.
I hope you'll be able to continue to come, Sue. I know you had mentioned being here the one, but I'm hoping that you will be able to be here. We are just so grateful and thrilled for you to be here. And again, you certainly can get in touch with us. My email address, since we're videotaping this, is kim@thecaregiverhour.com.
And I'm DEE@oilsandstones.com. And I do want to say, I do a meditation class every Thursday night at 7 in my space here in Quintessence here in Carrollwood. So we just had a little bit of it today. But, you know, this is something that you can continue to practice. Mary Jo also does a meditation class on Monday nights, and all about angels. Do you do a meditation class as well?
No, I have not, but maybe I need to do one.
Maybe you should do one for caregivers, because this
Wouldn't
is,
that be something? We should talk about that.
And I also want to thank Talk WOD Network and Nolan Ray for being here to film this today. So please tell your friends, if you got something out of it, they can go to spirituallyspeakingtalkshow.com and they can look at it live, because it's being recorded right now. So spirituallyspeakingtalkshow.com, that's how you can do this. So namaste.
Namaste.
And thank you all for coming. We're here to answer any questions if you want. Please visit the vendor table. And also we have some goodies up here for you, and there's cards from Mary Jo, from Talk WOD, from Kim and myself.
These are yours. Thank you.
So good to have my shoes off. I think
It's been such a long time since I have.
Hi, I'm Dee Dee Lovejoy, host of Spiritually Speaking Talk Radio Show. Together with Kim Linder of the Caregiver Hour radio show, we've created a series of 5 weekly informative and enjoyable workshops geared to support the family and professional caregiver, but attendance is open to everyone. Come network, dine, discover, and share with us every Friday in March from noon to 1:30 at Brunchy's Restaurant in Carrollwood. You can pay for the entire 5 weeks, or you can pay as you go. Go to www.workshopsforabundance.com and get all the information, or call Dee Dee at 813-367-7385. That's 813-367-7385.